Engineering Maths 1, Taylor Series and Maclaurin Series. Consider a situation where it is raining very heavily and the weather forecast is of heavy rains for next 2 days. Water has already started approaching the river bed. You as a rescue team engineer have a task of rescuing the families which might get affected by the rains. You have very less time and limited equipments. Now you have to do the computation and calculate the approximate area which will get affected and then mobilize the resources accordingly. Here comes the application of Taylor series, using which you might do great job of approximation and may also get awarded for the great and timely job you did. Exciting, right? Feeling anxious to learn what is Taylor series and Maclaurin series? Here we go. Today we will study about the Taylor series and Maclaurin series. But before moving forward, we need to revise few of the basic derivative formulas which we have studied in earlier standards. These formulas will help you to solve the examples. First, we will start with some general derivative formulae. d by dx of c is equal to 0, where c is constant. d by dx of x is equal to 1. d by dx of x raised to n is equal to n into x raised to n minus 1. d by dx of square root of x is equal to 1 upon 2 root x. d by dx of fx raised to n is equal to n into fx raised to n minus 1 into d by dx of fx. d by dx of c into fx is equal to c into d by dx of fx, which is equal to c into f dash x. d by dx of square root of fx is equal to 1 upon 2 root fx into d by dx of fx, which is equal to 1 upon 2 root fx into f dash x. Now we will look at derivative of logarithmic functions. d by dx of ln x is equal to 1 upon x. d by dx of log x to the base a is equal to 1 upon x ln a. d by dx of ln fx is equal to 1 upon fx into d by dx of fx. d by dx log of fx to the base a is equal to 1 upon fx ln a into d by dx of fx. Now, derivative of exponential functions. d by dx of e raised to x is equal to e raised to x. d by dx of e raised to fx is equal to e raised to fx into d by dx of fx. d by dx of a raised to x is equal to a raised to x into ln a. d by dx of a raised to fx is equal to a raised to fx into ln a into d by dx of fx. And now, derivative of trigonometric functions. d by dx of sin x is equal to cos x. d by dx of cos x is equal to minus sin x. d by dx of tan x is equal to sec square x. d by dx of cot x is equal to minus cosec square x. d by dx of sec x is equal to sec x into tan x. D by dx of cosec x is equal to minus cosec x into cot x. So now we have refreshed the previous knowledge. We are ready to move forward now. Let's first see what is Taylor's series. The study of Taylor's series is largely about taking non-polynomial functions and finding polynomials that approximate them near some input. The motive is that this polynomial tend to be much easier to deal with than other functions. They are easier to compute, take derivatives, and easier to integrate. So, the Taylor series is a representation of a function that can help us do mathematics. A function can be approximated by using a finite number of terms of its Taylor series. Now let's understand how to represent this series. Taylor's series is a representation of a function as an infinite sum of terms that are calculated from the values of the function's derivatives at a single point. If we have a function which we can differentiate, that is, we can find the derivatives of n orders, then that function can be represented by Taylor series with this formula. To understand it in some more details, let's see different notations used here. F dash a is nothing but the first order derivative of f of a. F double dash a is second derivative of the function f of a. The exclamation mark is representing the factorial. N factorial means n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 and so on. If we expand the function f of x about x is equal to 0, the resulting series is called Maclaurin's series. So, Maclaurin's series is represented as shown. So now you have understood both the series clearly, right? Now let's try to solve some examples regarding these series. First, find the Taylor series for cos x. Now let's solve this example. We know that Taylor series is represented by this formula. Let's now find the different order derivative of the given function. We know that derivative of cos is minus sine and derivative of sine is cos. So using this, we will get the series as shown. Now let's put the value of a as 0. This is because cos of 0 is 1 and sine of 0 is 0. Taylor series is used to find the approximate value for a function. The more terms you use in this series, you reach at the more possible approximate value. Let us understand it better with the help of graphical representation of above example that we just solved. In above example, we can start by adding the number of terms each time and trying to find out the graph of the polynomial. Then we will see how near the graph of the polynomial will be with respect to the original function. Let us first take the first two terms of the polynomial. 1 minus x square upon 2 factorial. Now, both the graphs will be as shown in the figure. Here, the red graph shows the original function and the blue graph shows the graph of polynomial with first two terms. Now let's add one more term, 1 minus x square upon 2 factorial plus x raised to 4 upon 4 factorial. Now both the graphs will be as shown. Similarly, if we keep on adding the terms, we will get such graphs. So you see that as we keep on increasing the number of terms, the graph tends to approach the graph of the original function. That means the value will be more approximate. Now let's solve some of the examples in the university question papers. So this question is from 2018 question paper. It says, expand 3x cube minus 2x square plus x minus 4 in powers of x plus 2 using Taylor's theorem. Let us now see how to solve such examples. We have studied that a function can be represented by Taylor series with this formula. This is in the powers of x minus a. Fx is equal to f of a plus f dash a upon 1 factorial into x minus a plus f double dash a upon 2 factorial into x minus a bracket square plus f triple dash a upon 3 factorial into x minus a bracket cube and so on. Let's call this as equation 1. The given equation is f of x is equal to 3x cube minus 2x square plus x minus 4. And we have to expand in powers of x plus 2. So, we can use a is equal to minus 2 in the equation 1 above. In this equation, we need to find f of minus 2, f dash of minus 2, f double dash of minus 2 and f triple dash of minus 2. Let's find out these values one by one. First, we will start with f of minus 2, that is nothing but using x equal to minus 2 in this equation 2. F of minus 2 is equal to 3 into cube of minus 2 minus 2 into square of minus 2 plus minus 2 minus 4 is equal to 3 into minus 8 minus 2 into 4 minus 2 minus 4 is equal to minus 24 minus 8 minus 2 minus 4, which is equal to minus 38. This is value of f minus 2. To find the value of f dash of minus 2, first we need to find the value of f dash x and then substitute the value of x equal to minus 2. Using the derivative formula for the general polynomial, we will calculate the first order derivative of fx. So, f dash x is equal to 9x square minus 4x plus 1. Now, f dash of minus 2 is equal to 9 into square of minus 2 minus 4 into minus 2 plus 1 equal to 9 into 4 plus 8 plus 1, which is equal to 45. Similarly, let's find out f double dash of minus 2 by first calculating the f double dash of x, that is second order derivative of x and then substituting minus 2 in it. F double dash of x is equal to 18x minus 4. So f double dash of minus 2 will be 18 into minus 2 minus 4, which is nothing but minus 40. In the same way, f triple dash x, that is third order derivative, is 18, and f triple dash of minus 2 will also be 18. After this, the next order derivatives will be 0, as we have reached the constant term of which the derivative is 0. So, we will stop here, and now we will use the values from 4, 5, 6, 7 into 3. So, we have arrived at the answer, which is in the powers of x plus 2.